Hi, I'm Craig Matsumoto with Light Reading. We're here at OFC with Mike Capuano of Infinera. Hi, Mike.
Hey, it's great to be here, Craig.
So, Mike, Infinera's big announcement at the show has been the Instant Network, which I guess is different from Instant Bandwidth. What's the difference?
That's right, Craig. So Instant Bandwidth was our first instantiation of software-defined capacity. We launched and started shipping it in 2012. Instant Network is basically taking Instant Bandwidth, which was kind of tied to individual line cards, and making it network-wide. So the way we're doing that, the first component of Instant Network is what we call moveable licenses, right? And so people can actually activate capacity when the service demands it, so they're really closely matching the CapEx expenditure to the service revenue coming in.
Okay.
But then if that capacity is no longer needed, or there's a hotspot somewhere else in the network, they can actually move that capacity across the network to activate capacity somewhere else.
Okay, they shift the license as if they had already bought the capacity in that other part of the network. Okay.
Exactly, so the network is completely flexible, and this is completely unique. So the other things that we announced with this was bandwidth license pools. And bandwidth license pools basically allow the service provider to deploy licenses really quickly. We do a bunch of automated processing, and then we build them afterwards. The third thing that's really important is something called automated capacity engineering. And this is basically an SDN type software application that looks at the network, understands optical impairments, and recommends the capacity that's needed at different places in the network automatically. So it reduces a lot of what used to be manual offline planning and processing, automates it, which basically takes what could have been a 4-month process to deploy new capacity down to minutes.
Okay, great. Now, when it comes to software-defined networking, you guys use the Open Daylight controller. How does that whole world of openness play into the optical layer?
It's an interesting question. It plays in at multiple layers. The one you pinpointed, we believe in open source, and that's why we built our Exceed software suite on the Open Daylight open source platform. In fact, we're the only transport vendor who has implemented an SDN control infrastructure on open source. We also believe in open APIs. So the Exceed platform has northbound APIs that can plug into any orchestrator. It has southbound APIs that talk to an abstraction layer that sits on top of our hardware. And even that's open. We have some customers like ICPs who want to actually write their own software and talk directly to our boxes using netconf, Yang, and other protocols. We're fine with that. One other piece of open that's important is open line system. You hear a lot in the industry about that. We believe we have the most widely deployed open line system called Flex ILS, and that can accept both our own wavelengths from our own terminal gear or wavelengths from other third-party equipment. And we push really hard in terms of creating openness and letting our customers consume our capabilities and our technology however they want.
Well, Mike, thanks very much for talking with us.
It was great to be here. Thanks a lot, Craig.